Michelle Westbrook, and the school that I'm working at right now is Adams State University Dining Services, and my title is Catering Manager / Operations Manager.
I'm Chuck Bateman. I'm the General Manager here at Adams State University.
We are actually trying to put more variety, like international version of the food, so that way we can, of course, give more variety to the students, not just the regular macaroni and cheese and all that. So, and we like to open their eyes to different type of cuisine as well. So Chuck, the general manager, he's been working on the menus for actually the spring, and there's some alteration that we need to do.
With the new menus that I'm looking at, they will have some variety. Sodexo as a company has gone away from a traditional round pizza. They're trying to do more flatbreads and what they're calling a snowshoe pizza. So it's basically the same dough, it's just a different preparation style. So the same toppings, instead of stretching it round, you stretch it out in the shape of a horseshoe, a little bit of an oval. So it kind of presents a little differently. The students perceive basically the same ingredients, prepared the exact same way, just made a little differently. You know, my thing is you eat with your eyes first. So if something doesn't look appealing, then chances are, whether it's the best piece of roast beef you've ever had in your life, but if it looks like shredded dog food, then chances are most people aren't going to attempt to eat it. And they're going to be forced to that old standard of cheeseburgers and pizzas. So what I'm looking at for the spring is trying to bring more of the stuff out front. A big, I guess, rumor about campus food. And I've seen it on comment cards, I've seen it on web comments, is that we put laxatives in everything. And I mean, it really is kind of silly. I mean, you know, we're not here to get you guys sick. We're here to provide you with a good, well-balanced meal. And I think we can do that as a company very well.
Mason Harvey, Adams State University student.
Who's that?
Shawnee Abbott, Adams State University student. I feel like at times there is variety. At times you can, have a pasta dish made for you or an omelet with whatever you want in it. But for the most part, I do feel like it's your standard pizza and hamburgers and stuff that's been sitting out for a while. So I feel like the more variety you have and the fresher it is and the more accessible it is to have, your pick of options and having it be made in front, I think that'll be really beneficial, and I think they'd see an interest in more people's willingness to want to visit the cafeteria and be, positive about it and not, fret about it and, am I going to get a fresh pizza or is it going to be a piece of pizza that's been sitting under the heating lamp for half hour?
I think they serve a lot of the same stuff all the time, or most of the time, because you'll always see the salad bar or pizza or burgers. And I'm pretty used to getting that. I'm not really sure about most of the campus here, so I think maybe they could add more to it.
I will rate it as 8 because I've been all over food companies, and this cafeteria right here, it's pretty good on food safety, following the food safety. The kitchen workers, the people that deal with food directly, they do use gloves all the time, and they do check the temperature of each food. Every one of them has a thermometer that they can use it to check the temperature of food.
I don't want to give it a number rating, but I do want to say that we probably do have quite a bit of room for improvement. The last school that I was at was a reference account, and that's what I'm used to. Reference account meaning that's where they would bring potential new clients. that would be wanting to have Sodexo services at their university, their schools, hospitals, anything like that. So that's what I would strive for. And actually, we should see some of those changes coming starting next semester.
It's about a 7. I mean, it's good enough to eat. I don't really get sick of it, but sometimes I do want to go to different restaurants or go to Safeway for something else. But the food's on average pretty good.
It's been a long time since I've been in the cafeteria eating, because I've been off campus for a couple of years and then the on-campus apartments. But I feel like a lot more could be made fresh, and people have the options, for vegetarian or vegan, just because I do feel like when I was in there it was a lot of meat, and I know, a lot of people don't necessarily want meat. Some people, are on the vegetarian side, and it's one of those two where no one really wants to eat things that have been sitting out under a heat lamp and stuff like that. So I just feel like they can keep what they have, but just to see it be made fresh or have the option to request it to be fresh is something that can be changed.
We're trying our best to keep the quality up. Maybe some days it will lack, it will kind of step backward a little bit, but we're trying to, of course, keep it straight up and, improve every single details of it. Because we do really appreciate the business that the student is actually giving to the company, and they're the main reason why actually we're in this position to make it better and to give them more quality food.
Obviously we always see an improvement over from summer season to winter season to, when the students are actually here as college students to our camp services. Camp services are more geared towards our junior high school and elementary school kids. Lots of, what we call comfort foods, mac and cheese, cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets, stuff like that. I can't necessarily say I've seen much of an improvement in the time I've been here, because I've only been here since June. So I don't know what the food looked like here 2 and 3 years ago. I've heard some stories about it. I've heard both ways. Some folks thought the food was better 2 years ago. Some thought it was worse 2 years ago. Just depends on your individual perspective.
I would definitely have more barbecue, in pork or ribs or anything like that. That'd be really good.
It's been a long time since I've been in the cafeteria eating, because I've been off campus for a couple of years and then the on-campus apartments. But I feel like a lot more could be made fresh, and people have the options, for vegetarian or vegan, just because I do feel like when I was in there it was a lot of meat, and I know, a lot of people don't necessarily want meat. Some people, are on the vegetarian side, and it's one of those two where no one really wants to eat things that have been sitting out under a heat lamp and stuff like that. So I just feel like they can keep what they have, but just to see it be made fresh or have the option to request it to be fresh is something that can be changed.